Today, I want to talk to you about how I landed a tech sales role at one of the largest tech companies out there. Man, stay tuned and find out more. So there were 5 things that I did in order to secure this job, and I'm about to share those with you right now. So we're going to start with number 5 and go all the way to number 1, with 5 being the least important and number 1 being the most important. So stay tuned to the end so you can get the most important tip. So tip number 5 is get experience. So there are some jobs that you can get out there without experience, but this particular job, I needed experience. So I simply went out, found a job, maybe one that was less desirable, but I got experience. So getting that experience was key to helping me get this role and landing this job. So if you need experience and you have a company that is not budging, go get some experience. Tip number 4, you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. So I can't tell you how many times I've gone through an interview and we had an agenda laid out and that interview went way left or went way off of the agenda. That happens quite often actually. So you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable and able to adapt in those type of situations. So make sure you learn on that tip right there. Tip number 3, networking. You have to network. I know for all those people out there that may be introverts, you have to network. It is very important. I know it can be uncomfortable, but you have to get past that. So you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, like I said in the last tip. So networking actually allowed me to build a relationship with my recruiter. So I was actually introduced to my recruiter through networking, and I was able to at least get the opportunity to interview through my recruiter. So it is very important to network. So make sure you do it. Tip number 2, it's a must that you keep a good standing relationship with any recruiters that you come in contact with. Reason for being is that even if you don't get the job, it's okay. You want to keep a good standing relationship with them because there could be possibly another job that comes up in the future, or maybe another team that needs that particular role filled. So you want to keep a good standing relationship with that recruiter for any future opportunities. So last but not least, let's talk about tip number 1. So whenever you're going through the interview process, you have to find a way to stand out. So let me give you an example of how I would stand out. So typically during an interview, I would actually look at the agenda and see if there was any role play or mock calling on the agenda. If I did not see it on the agenda, I would actually offer to role play or do a mock call. This would totally blow the hiring manager or recruiter's mind, and I would honestly be on their mind throughout the day because I offered. I didn't necessarily have to do well at the role play or the mock call, but they would just simply remember me offering it. So that right there is the number 1 tip. If you've made it this far, I just want to say thanks for watching and continue to watch, because I will continue to drop little gold nuggets here and there to help your journey to get into tech be a lot easier. So without further ado, I just want to say have a good night, and I'll see you in the next video.